a girl
and her gay watch The Magic School Bus.
It's the show where we yap about life, science, and go on an occasional rant about the state of the world. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt. We're your hosts, and we're here to invite you to our weekly yap sesh, bring you some 90s and 2000s nostalgia, and maybe teach you a little science.
Every Wednesday, we're hopping on the Magic School Bus, unpacking the science without the pressure of a pop quiz, and I'll be asking the questions I was too bored or afraid to ask in school.
Curiosity leads.
Chaos follows.
Hi, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 1 of Magic School Bus, titled Magic School Bus Gets Lost in Space. Sarah, before we recap this episode, what are you thinking about today?
Well, I'll peel back the curtain a little bit. It's a Friday night. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the excitability of having a weekend. I need rest.
Yes, respite.
I need rest. Yeah, I need respite. I was telling Matt before the recording that I accidentally passed out and I took a dad nap, and I've been rewatching old seasons of Project Runway. And I just finished season 18, and I forgot how much I actually loved that season. Can I spoil it? It's 5-6 years old.
Yeah, I think at this point you can spoil it.
The statute of limitations
That's
has
on
passed.
them if they haven't seen it by this point.
I agree.
But
Okay.
we warned everyone. Spoiler for
Spoiler
season
alert.
8. of
Season
Project
18.
Runway. Season
Season
18.
18 of Project Runway.
Which was many years ago. That's such a
Many years
long-lived
ago.
show.
I know. And I'm grateful for it. Love that Nina Garcia is still on the panel. Obsessed with her feedback always. And she's such a tastemaker. Like, whatever. That's a whole separate conversation.
Yeah.
What I wanted to tell you about, the winner of season 18, spoiler alert, his name is Jeffrey Mack. And I was so just captured by him the entire season. The way that he was so, like, he cared for the other contestants so much. And he was so supportive, but without being this like pandery, like, oh, let me help you. Like, he was just like a lovely person. And Matthew knows this about me. As someone with crippling anxiety, you could tell that he was just so full of self-doubt. And anytime he spoke on like a video confessional or to the judges, his voice wavered as if he was about to like have a bit of a cry every single time, whether he was really disappointed in his work or proud of his work. You could just tell that he really struggles with anxiety. And despite that, he has such a perspective and a point of view and has so much to say through his art. And that was just so inspiring to see, like, as someone with anxiety who's often very shy and reserved about the things that I want to do, seeing someone like him kill it and crush it and just like channel everything into this success, despite his voice quivering and like being scared to share it, was just, I don't know, it was really lovely and inspiring. And I'm glad that I got to rewatch it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It makes me think about, like, I've heard of people being like, do it scared, right?
Yeah.
Like, bravery is not about like having this weird like courage or whatever. It's just doing it scared. And I really like that.
Yeah. No, it was kind of a reminder. And especially like, you know, with us starting a little project, we're not exactly like out there people. Yeah. I mean, if Jeffrey Mack can win season 18 of Project Runway, I can do a podcast with my friend Matt.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy episode 1.
Happy episode 1. I'm excited to be
All right.
here.
I love it. Okay, that's enough about me. Sentimentality. Ugh, ew. Over it. What are you thinking about? What's on your mind?
I don't know. I thought I was just going to get to piggyback off of your hard work here with having thoughts.
That's fine. We can talk about the weather.
I just wanted to add my little snippet about bravery and move on.
That's fine.
Now, what am I thinking about? I'm also very much in a rest and recovery modes. Today I was having lunch with my grandparents, and on the way home we just got talking about like life and like sort of their plans, and my grandmother, I guess it's been 2 years ago now, had a little bit of a health scare.
Yeah.
And it's just been really interesting to see that sort of color her perspective. Like, you know, they've been retired for quite some time, and they really just been enjoying life, and I love that for them.
Yes.
But it's interesting to see them like think more about like end of life.
Yeah.
In a way that I don't think is like scary to them, but like sort of just a
good.
reset of like really purposefully enjoying the things they enjoy. and, thinking about what their later years in life, like they'll be 79 this year.
Wow.
So could have many years left.
True.
But just like, I think as someone who is still fairly young, like it is great to get to have those conversations with them and like build perspective around like, you don't have to wait until you're 79 to be intentional about life. And not that I think that they have, but just sort of like, I don't know. I wouldn't, and this is not really an intergenerational friendship, but they are, because they're, family. But like,
Sure.
I think also is like an invitation to me to like, continue to gain wisdom from elders and like at the same time also like be friends with younger people and like keep all perspectives on life in mind and like sort of hold space for all of those views. So I guess that's what I'm thinking about.
That is so heavy and beautiful. Look at us. We are never this serious. Out the gate, we are not giving an accurate representation of who we are as people.
No.
No, that's beautiful. Matt, you know that I grew up with 5 generations. I've always had like an old baddie on deck.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always so sad for me having friendships in grade school, and they would be like, I have to go over to my grandparents' house today. And it's like, whoa, like my grandmas are cool.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? And I know I have a very different experience because I had a great grandma who was in a nursing home when I was in elementary school, but I vividly remember going to visit her. She had great cognition still, and it was lovely, but like she was very old.
Yeah.
But my grandfather, my mom's dad, was like younger than my mom is now.
Yeah.
Which is just mind melting. So I don't know. I do think people should have intergenerational relationships. Family can be complicated. There can be a lot there. But I do think keeping perspective is so fantastic. We went to space today.
We did go to space today. Yeah. We should probably get into that.
Do you want to get into it?
Yeah. What are your initial thoughts?
Okay. First of all, the cast of characters on episode 1, I think it's a hard sell, just cinematically. You're really going to throw Janet in there.
My class already studied the solar system.
That seems like such a really powerful creative choice, one that I would not be brave enough to make.
Yeah. Yeah, she is a reoccurring character, but she's not like she's sprinkled in. I don't know how many episodes. It's been a while since I've like seen the complete series, and honestly, I don't know that I've ever seen the like complete series because you just picked it up whenever you happen to be in front of the TV. But
the good old days of the live TV.
Yeah, and I've never like done a full rewatch as an adult.
That's about to change.
It is, yeah. I'm excited. I am thrilled for the concept that there may be an episode out there that I've never seen before.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's some ones that are like rooted that I'm like, I've seen you multiple times. Like
Okay.
There's some that I'm really excited to A, share with you, but B, just to rewatch. But yeah, Janet's a tough sell right off out the gate.
She's very palatable as an individual.
Well, and it's interesting too, because it's the very first episode. And you don't really get to know any of the other characters.
It seemed really Janet heavy.
Yeah. Should we get into the science of it? Do you have some questions for me?
Yeah, I actually do have a couple questions for you. Outer space related. Where to even begin? Okay. I guess I'll start with the first one right off the top, which was kind of touched on in the after credits phone call section, which if you could in one lifetime on one field trip, go from Earth to bink, 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 and the planets are all aligned. I understand there's a lot of variables here.
Yeah.
How long would that actually take you? I understand this is like a math question.
Yeah.
But like, is this just like, how many lifetimes, light years, would it take someone to have actually accomplished this journey?
I think it's years.
Yeah, has to be.
Years. Because like, and I don't know specifically, and maybe I will do the math and like pop back in.
Future Matt.
Yeah. More informed Matt. But it would take a long time. Like Pluto to orbit. Now, granted, orbit and straight out and straight back is different, right?
Radius versus circumference.
Yeah, circumference. Look at you.
Thank you.
It would take a really long time. A really long time, I believe. Hey, Matt from the future here. So I wanted to give a little bit more information about Pluto and where it sits in our solar system and how far it would take to get there. So Pluto averages about 3.7 billion miles from Earth. Obviously, that changes over the course of its orbit. But our best estimate on how long it would take to get there is 9 to 12 years in a spacecraft. Although some estimates say if we wanted to take a manned spacecraft, that it could take 15 to 20 years. It takes light about 5.5 hours to travel between the two. I think even just from like Earth to the sun,
Right.
would take quite a long time. It takes light 8 minutes.
Yes.
So, and light famously moves very fast.
The fastest thing we know of.
Yeah.
Theoretically, could there be, is there like some like little kooky cutting edge scientist out there that's like, there's something that moves faster than light?
That's interesting. Not that I know of. Like, I think it's definitely something that like we play around and thought experiment with, but like as far as we know, faster than the speed of light is not possible. Now you can get into some weird like quantum stuff maybe where like in theory particles might disappear from one location and reappear in another with like
okay,
no
I didn't
actual
want to go
travel.
there, but like I know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe there will be a future episode on quantum physics. Give us some time to study up.
I doubt it. I mean, I did learn a little bit of quantum mechanics in my undergrad and probably my grad. I don't remember having a specific quantum class, but yeah, it's wild stuff. It was honestly my favorite college class. Like, I'm a giant nerd and I took Quantum 2 as an elective because I was a biochemistry major and not a straight chemistry major. Can't do anything straight in my life.
How dare you?
And so I didn't have to take Quantum 2 because I could just have taken like genetics 2 or something. But I liked the professor. He's a terrible person, but he was a good teacher. I liked the professor.
Remove the art from the artist, you know?
Yeah. And I didn't know how much of a terrible person he was at the time. I learned later. There were signs, but there was no like hard proof. Anyway, he was like, I need to fill this class out. You haven't taken Calc 2, but like I can fill you in on the bits that you need. Will you take Quantum 2? And I loved quantum mechanics. So I took to Quantum 2.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna, maybe we'll need to like pour a beverage and you can talk to me about some stuff there because that is, I mean, obviously basic solar system is a huge gap in my knowledge base. So
yeah, it's been a minute, but we could definitely sit down and do some research.
Love it. Okay, Big Bang.
Yeah.
Bunch of stuff. I don't really understand that, actually. I was raised very conservatively Christian, so difficult in its own way, but, you know, not as difficult as learning about the Big Bang at the ripe old age of 14.
Yeah.
So where did it all come from? And how big was it?
Pretty big. Pretty big. Yeah.
How big was it two things that banged?
Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing is the Big Bang Theory is everything that happened, really is everything that happened after the Big Bang.
Ah.
So we, based on viewing light and light broadly, right? Like not visible light, but like electromagnetic spectrum light. Can pretty accurately run the clock back to the like millisecond immediately after the Big Bang.
Crazy work.
But that's where the like looking glass stops.
Sure, because there's no more data.
Yeah. So Big Bang in a nutshell is like everything that is in the known universe now was literally piled on top of each other in a singularity, like an infinitely dense point.
My tummy hurts.
I know. I mean, reading about the Big Bang as a child gave me my first panic attack. So but
okay, Big Bang.
Yeah, infinitesimally small. And then something that allowed for that amount of high order broke and everything just started to expand outward and continues to expand to this day.
Continues, right?
And it's weird and crazy because like on a micro scale in the like scale of the cosmos, right? Like
of everything.
Yes. Our solar system doesn't get further apart because gravity holds it all together.
Okay.
But everything in the universe is getting further apart.
So like our solar system is shifting together, but as everything else gets further apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can work with that.
So it continues to expand outward. And like that's the other thing, right? with like weird space travel is like it's literally expanding. Like if you wanted to get to another galaxy,
Right.
it's like chasing a car that's moving.
Right. So how fast, and like the outer edges are moving faster than the center. Where is the center of the universe?
There isn't one.
Right. And I don't like that.
Mhm.
So, okay. So this is where my brain starts to melt, because how do you picture this if there is no center? So
Yeah.
then what is it? When I picture it in my mind, I see it's like a balloon, you throw a bunch of sand in a balloon and you blow up the balloon, and then everything gets bigger and the stuff gets further apart, but it's all, it's still in the balloon. But space is not a balloon that's getting blown up. It's everywhere and everything.
Yeah. But the balloon's not a terrible analogy.
Oh, thanks.
Think of the universe as just the surface of the balloon. Where's
Okay.
the center of the surface of a balloon?
Oh,
Right? Like imagine that it didn't tie off, right?
yeah. Okay.
But where's the center of that?
Right. It's a sphere.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's not a terrible analogy, and especially in the way that a balloon is like if
I'm
you
thinking
draw
that it's like the inside, but you're saying it's the fabric.
it's the surface, yeah.
Okay.
So, and we used to do an experiment in my science class with this, where it's like you draw two dots on a balloon and then blow it up to
Mhm.
model the like inflation of the universe. And that was often a misconception that was hard for the students. They were thinking of the like inside of the balloon as the universe, but like
Right.
we're just talking about the surface. Like, and you can see those 2 points like get further and further away from each other
Okay.
at a pretty rapid pace, depending on, I'd say 2. We'd put more than 2 and you would measure,
Yeah.
you'd pick a point to be like Earth or whatever. But because everything's expanding, no matter where you view the universe from, it feels like you're the center.
Sure. This makes sense. Okay. God damn. It melts my mind. Something about the grandeur of space actually makes me feel uncomfortable.
You're talking about me every night from the moment I learned this until like 17.
Great.
That was my mental illness.
I'm a little behind the 8 ball, but okay. So specific question about the universe expanding
Mhm.
that I had is how, and I think I kind of asked this, but do we know how fast? I don't even know how to ask the question. Do we know by what measurement it is expanding by a certain length of Earth time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Is it
they
like a
can
lot?
measure it, right? But
Should we be worried?
it is, and what is actually probably happening, and I believe is, just would have to fact check myself, is that it's actually expanding at the same rate everywhere.
Okay.
But because objects, that's moving back to the balloon example, objects that are further away from us,
Mhm.
there is more space being created between us than objects that are closer.
So it's like if you are inserting something in between, okay, so like a word, and you want to put a space in between each of the letters. If it's a
Mhm.
4-letter word, that's great. But if it's a 30-letter word, it gets really, really big. Okay. It's the same amount of space, but because it's a different amount
Mhm.
of actual outer space. What's
Yeah.
a better word than space? I feel like we're not supposed to call it space for some reason.
It's space. I mean,
It's space? Okay.
it's sort of a thing and it's not a thing. Like it's nothingness, but it's not nothingness.
Right. What is it? That's a question that I have.
It's a great question.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, so there's been research on dark matter,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mhm.
there's matter, there's antimatter, and there's also dark matter. There also might be weird matter, but that's
I don't know. Weird matter.
Yeah.
Is it like Weird Barbie? Does it do the
Exactly.
splits?
You got it. Matt from the future again. So I was right about there being another form of matter. However, it's called strange matter and not weird matter. Strange matter is made up of quarks and gluons, and it is theoretical at this point, but it's proposed to exist in the high pressure cores of neutron stars. So dark matter, it's almost like they have figured out it's there because they're like, there has to be something there, but we can't see it. Like the absence of information has been like, well, there must be something there.
Sure.
So there's
get that.
some theorizing, is some theorizing. Like the thing about this is it is constantly evolving and theories are getting brought up and disproved all over the place all the time. But there was some theory that like all of the not stuff might actually be dark matter. Like dark matter being spontaneously created could be what's pushing things apart.
Okay.
Um,
I like that.
it's called dark matter because it doesn't interact with light.
Right.
And basically everything we know about the universe and space is because it interacts with light.
Right. Well, obviously, without it, we don't know anything because it ended and now we're stuck forever.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like that. Anything else? Next question.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect to get this deep into
I didn't either. I'm so sorry.
I thought we were just going to be chatting about Pluto.
Planets. I know. I do have some planet questions.
Okay. We're going to bring it back more local.
Well, let's just reel it back. This guy big really quickly, but it's so on par for us though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's just talk about our solar system. I'm not going to ask you about every single planet that's ever existed. Mm-hmm. Our solar system, to me, makes a lot of sense. I get it. Earth in the middle, and then we have some like dry, crusty planet. Or I'm sorry, this is
not in the middle.
Okay, we'll just cut it.
No, that's staying in.
All right. Our solar system makes sense to me.
Yep.
Sun in the middle, crusty planets, and then like habitable planets. And then we move on to these like gassy boys,
mm-hmm.
and colder. I understand the order of it. How did it understand the order of it?
Yeah.
How did it know? Like, does gas just want to go out there and rock just want to go?
No,
I don't know. Why is it so good?
You're going to be deeply upset the deeper we get into this.
Oh, no.
So, all right.
Okay.
Our solar system is a secondary solar system, meaning that there were solar systems prior to ours that their suns went supernova, or at least stars. It doesn't have to be a solar system per se, but at least stars that went supernova, spat out all their sun stuff, and that coalesced into a new thing that is our solar system.
Oh, okay. How do we know that?
Mm-hmm. Great question.
I'll take your word for it, but
yeah.
How do we know that?
So, this is one thing that I don't know. I get really nerdy about this. I think it's cool.
This is why we're here.
After the Big Bang, the first atom to form was hydrogen. Mm-hmm. And the way that our sun produces its energy is the pressure of the sun and the gravity of all of that hydrogen being pulled at each other creates fusion. Mm-hmm. And so hydrogen bonds with another hydrogen. Literally the nucleuses get smashed together, not just like chemical bond. Mm-hmm. And it produces helium. And that process releases a crap ton of energy as those nucleus like reorganize. And that's the energy of the sun. The heat and light that it puts out is the release of energy from that fusion. And under normal circumstances, that's what our sun's doing. It's just converting hydrogen to helium. But as it starts to die, it becomes more and more dense in the center and will start fusing other atoms together besides just hydrogen to helium. And it'll produce heavier and heavier elements until the output of those fusions don't produce enough energy and you get a weird imbalance of temperature and it can't convect properly. And then that will cause an explosion into a supernova if the star is big enough.
Gotcha.
Right. There's, I don't know off the top of my head, but there's different size categories of stars. Some will collapse into black holes. Some will explode, those kind of things. Right. So like our galaxy at its center has a black hole. That was a star that collapsed onto itself and then just sucking everything in. There can't be elements heavier than, I think, aluminum.
That's not very heavy.
Without aluminum is actually pretty light.
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. Like, you can't be heavier than aluminum. That's like very...
That can't be heavier than aluminum until a star goes supernova. And so we would not have a solar system with the chemical composition that we have without it being secondary.
Oh. So, well, yeah, that makes total and complete sense.
Yeah. So we wouldn't have the makeup that we have if it weren't secondary. At least it could be tertiary, but
okay. Yeah.
And somebody can probably figure that out too based on the makeup of
Sorry. Yeah.
So gas, dust, stuff, all kind of floating around. Mm-hmm. And as it swirls, things start to coalesce via gravity, right? Mm-hmm. And so they will form and collect and crash into each other. And like our solar system is relatively stable now because during its early period, everything was just smacking into each other all over the place.
My teenage years. I get it.
Yeah. Very dangerous place to be.
So you said gravity. I don't mean to interrupt you, but where is this original source of gravity coming from? Because I think I understand where our gravity comes from now. So we're saying that the sun
Yeah.
existed and the rest of the junk.
Sun didn't exist.
Right. So where? What
Everything
gravity?
Everything has gravity, right? Like you have gravity.
Thank you.
You are just so skinny that
my
you don't
God.
have much gravity.
Stop it.
No, and so like gravity is actually a very, very weak force, which people don't. It feels like a very strong force, right?
It feels so serious. Like
But
my
that's
first
just because
love. Like
gravity appears to be a property of mass. So everything that has mass has gravity, but things as they get very, very massive start to have enough gravity
okay.
that it feel like it's the combined, gravity of all that
Sure.
mass.
I get that. Okay.
But on its own, it's a pretty weak force. So everything has gravity, and then, there's going to be odd sizes. And then as things start to like bump into each other and coalesce, they start to have more gravity. So they pull other things in, and then they will start to form planets, right? And like smaller planets will crash into each other, combine, compact, form bigger planets. What happened was when the sun, pre-sun, early days, before it like ignited into the sun, it wasn't super like energetic, right? And then that fusion starts happening. All of a sudden, we got light and we got a lot of energy. Creates a huge solar wind, pushes all the gases to the outside of the solar system.
Solar wind.
Yeah. And so that's why our early planets don't have gases. I mean, they do, but not in the way that like the gas giants have gases.
Yeah.
And then poor Jupiter out there is a failed star.
I have heard that, and I don't like to talk about it behind her back.
But what's super cool and great about Jupiter being out there and real heavy is that she protects us.
I do like that about her.
Because she'll like snatch things up that might otherwise be extinction level event things. So
everyone, when you go to bed tonight, thank Jupiter.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, thank your lucky stars. Thank your lucky stars.
No.
No.
Thank your lucky planet.
Thank your singular lucky failed star. And her name is Jupiter. Put some respect on their name. Thank you so much.
She is the one who stands guard at night.
Thanks. Okay. So yeah, I guess in my mind, not really obviously understanding the order of operations, I don't understand why things in science, chemistry, I feel like they insist on being messy. In my mind, I feel like they should be more organized. And
it's one of the laws of the universe that everything tends toward entropy.
Can we define entropy for the people?
It's literally just randomness and disorder. Yeah. So everything tends towards disorder is what entropy is.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
One
You've
day
seen
you
my
will,
spreadsheets.
One day you will tend towards disorder.
No! Okay. Can we talk about, I kind of have a twofold question. I know they're not the same, but the reason I'm curious about them is kind of the same.
Okay. Do you want to hit me with both and then we'll like...
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm curious about the asteroid belt.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm curious about space junk. And how we navigate. I understand how we navigate space travel around our space junk now, but I feel like it's going to get really bad. I've seen Wall-E. I feel like it's going to get really bad. And I don't know how we track it, how we navigate it, how we solve that problem. And then there's the asteroid belt. Have we traveled beyond the asteroid belt?
I believe we've sent probes beyond the asteroid.
Okay. And they're just very carefully timed? Or do they go in there and then sort of like go with that current and then sneak out if they can? I don't know how things don't get hit.
Well, I think in part, images, the representations you see of the asteroid belt make it seem much more dense than it actually is. Right? It
looks a goddamn mess up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. I don't think it's quite so asteroid so much as it is more asteroid than normal distribution.
Okay.
And there is some theory that the asteroid belt is a failed planet. Like it got bombarded by something really heavy and just completely broke up. And so like the ring of the asteroid belt is what its orbit was.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So how do we know how to travel through these messy,
Yeah. So I think it's just in part because space is so big Like it's actually more likely to not be hit by something than to be hit by something.
That's reassuring.
I mean, same thing, right? Like as the space junk falls to Earth all the time, but most of the time it hits water because there's just more water than there's land. There's more empty space than there is stuff.
Yeah. What's the area of the ocean between like South America and Australia? There's like this area of the ocean that is the furthest point from land anywhere. And they usually send a bunch of like debris to land there because they know it's not going to hit anybody. But I want, what does the bottom of that ocean look like? Is the Kraken okay?
Yeah, it's just a mountain of like rocket boosters.
Yes. Do they they have to go and get it, or do they just leave it when they?
I think a lot of it they just leave.
No, Matthew.
Yeah. I mean, space travel in no way, shape, or form is good for the environment.
You hear that, Katy Perry?
Like, it is in no way, shape, or form good for the environment.
Yeah.
Could we get into a conversation about whether or not it is worthwhile based on like what we can learn from it? Sure.
Yeah.
Do I think that sending Katy Perry to space was worthwhile? Mm-mm.
No. No, and I think we can all agree on that.
No, I don't agree with passenger space travel. The value of it comes from the learning that we can do. And so maybe Katy Perry was up there doing a science experiment. You know, I think there's something to be said. Sorry, I think I rolled my eyes. I shouldn't have. But I think...
Can we get an instant replay here? Insert an instant replay here?
Yeah. I think there is something, and to be clear, I'm not rolling my eyes at what I'm about to say. I'm rolling my eyes at I think it's still a bit of a stretch of like, there's something to be said for inspiring
Yes.
women and young girls to get involved in STEM.
Yes.
I think there are perhaps better people and better ways to achieve that goal. Sally Ride was really freaking cool.
Yes. Yes.
Real astronaut. And plus we love a notable lesbian.
Aren't they all?
Well, they should be.
And if I have anything to say about it.
I have anything to say about it.
Okay, let's talk about, first of all, we need consensus on how to say it because you made fun of how they said it in the show.
Okay.
But I don't want people to make jokes in the comments.
I was taught in school that it was Uranus. Then I swear that someone since or some literature since has said, no, it's Uranus.
I'm stuck.
And I do think that teachers just don't want to say Uranus in front of children.
I think it's true. So maybe instead of playing into that, we should just confidently say Uranus.
I will confidently say Uranus. Did you know that Uranus smells like sulfur?
How dare you? Uranus spins on its side.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up with that? Who bumped into her? Like,
yeah. So she's
and does she have a little ring?
Yes.
They depicted her with like a little ring. I guess I never really thought about it.
It's not like super visible, but you know, not as spectacular as Saturn's rings, but she do. Yeah. So she spins on her side, which is real freaking weird.
Okay.
Because everything else spins.
It's like this way. She's like this way.
Her orbit is also a little tilted.
Oh, that's cute.
And so like physics is not my strong suit, but like physics, object in motion wants to stay in motion and it wants to stay in the same motion. So like everything else in our solar system spins a particular way.
Right.
And
she's just out there dancing on her own.
Right. And like they all spin in the same direction that they orbit and rotate because like everything's like going the same way. The best theory there is that something real freaking big smacked into her and knocked her around.
That's terrible.
And so she got tilted.
She's a little goofy.
And a little popped out of her orbit.
She's concussed.
She done had it.
She needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
So we don't know why.
Not
is
for
it
sure,
affecting anything about like what do her insides look like? Because there's like poles. Every planet has a pole, and there's so she's sideways. Like all her junk is just like derpy.
She's sideways.
Bless her. I've never really thought about her that much. I also love that I'm gendering every single one of these planets her. I think canonically they have.
I think a lot of them are. I mean, most of them are named after Roman gods.
Yeah. but I don't know them.
I don't think they're all women. No.
Okay. Well,
Mars
they,
is
them.
definitely a man, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean,
I think Mars is God of War. I think like it's Greek.
Yeah.
What's his name?
maybe I can do a pop-in.
Yeah. It's me again, popping in from the future. The planets were identified and named by many ancient civilizations. The modern names do come from Roman tradition. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto were not recorded by the Romans, but were later named with Roman names to keep up the tradition, with the exception of Uranus. Uranus is Greek.
Okay. So there was that question. Also, talking about rotation and,
Mhm.
just the path that they take. Can you explain to me retrograde? No, he doesn't want to. He respectfully declines. Because they look like they're going the wrong way in our sky, but they're not.
Yeah.
They just physically are not. And I don't
So
think I can get that ever.
I think I do actually understand retrograde. I was hesitant to bring it up because I was like, retrograde is one of those things that also confuses me.
We could just cut it.
No. It's also one of those things where like right when the moon is
Mhm.
crescented the opposite direction,
Mhm.
like it shouldn't be, right? Like,
Why you do that?
right. No, so because right circle, if we're going one direction and it's on the opposite side, it's going to appear to be moving a different direction than it normally is, right? Because we're in orbit.
Okay. Yes. Okay. This is one of the ones that I feel like I'm a visual learner on. Maybe
Yeah, so,
there's
like,
like,
we're
a
gonna-
video.
You're going to pass each other. But like as you're both turning, at some points in the turn,
Oh.
you're going to look different because of like which side you're on of that planet
Okay.
or what side of you that planet's on, right?
Okay. This makes me feel a little less queasy, but I've watched enough figure skating in my day to get it.
Yeah. Because like, again, they're not lined up and like, did you catch in the episode that sometimes Pluto is not the furthest out?
Yeah. So sometimes she cuts in.
Mhm.
So how?
She is a very oblong orbit.
Oh, she ovally?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like when she is in the like skinny part of her orbit, she's actually closer than Neptune.
Okay. I can work with that.
It's also one of the reasons why she has been like downgraded to a protoplanet
Yeah.
because her orbit's fairly irregular compared to the other planets.
Oh.
I mean, they're all made up words, and they just have decided that like based on how they classify the other ones, that she's just a little too different to be a for sure planet.
I want to give you space. I've asked a ton of questions. Is there anything that you want to tell me about space that you're like, I'm like bummed that you didn't ask about this?
I think you asked a lot of the like things that I wanted to talk about. Like I wanted to talk about Uranus and her tilt.
I saw how your eyes lit up when I started talking about Uranus.
Yeah. This is why they don't want to say Uranus in front of children.
Sorry. And I would also just like to revisit if we could play it back. And I was like, let's take the stigma out of it. I think it's true. So maybe instead of playing into that, we should just confidently say Uranus. And I am not beholden to my own truth. So I'll say it one more time, Matt. Talking about Uranus is not funny.
No, but like even the science, like that's the thing, right? Is like nothing is that serious. And even scientists, I think, get a little giggle to themselves talking about Uranus.
And I love the joy of it.
Yeah. Like
It's fantastic.
there literally was an article that was like Uranus smells like sulfur. And they clearly had a lot of fun writing that. Like
How could
scientists
you
are
not?
just silly gooses in a biology paper. Like
That's
you know,
so funny.
they're catching specimen and like studying them or like taking measurements, whatever. But sometimes like frog got away while we were in
Sometimes
the
frog
middle of
got away.
measurements. We have an incomplete data set on that frog.
That's actually really cute. And I like the reframing of the mentality, especially now that scientists are just very curious people.
Yeah.
They're not some bizarre elitist, like,
We're just goofy people with special interests.
and we love to see it.
Like,
Okay. So I guess my last, and it's more of an open-ended question is how do you feel about life on other planets for our species inhabiting another planet in our solar system, or the likelihood of advanced species out there somewhere across the balloon?
so look, long term, very long term, if the human race is to survive, we're going to have to get off this bitch.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
she gets great mileage, but like eventually.
yeah, the wheels will fall off. So that is like the grand specter of it. But we've got a really good planet here, and we're doing a terrible job of taking care of her. So, like, in the less long term, if we would like to live happy and healthy lives, we should probably start taking better care of our girl here at home.
I just don't understand the pushback on it. I mean, I do, and that's another conversation. But what is the worst thing that happens? Oh no, we have more runway to figure out how the human race is to survive on another planet.
Yeah.
Oh no, the trees are more green.
It's really unfortunate and weird to see, right? Because I mean, it's a global issue, right? Like, every country is struggling with it, but like, keeping it local to America, I think it's very weird that there are opposing viewpoints. And like, I think it's somewhat fair to say that like in the US, we have one party who is very religious and one party that has religious people in it, but doesn't let that govern their policy. So in some ways, like, there become dividing lines along religion. But it's crazy to me because historically, most of the early naturalists were deeply Christian.
Right. I was always told as growing up Christian was that we are stewards of the earth and that it's our responsibility to care for the things that we are given. And it is very bizarre to me to see this sharp left turn. It's like we're no longer beholden
right
to
turn.
those words. We're now beholden to big oil.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be problematic to want a healthy world.
It should be a very unifying topic. And like, getting us, like, I don't even need to argue with you about whether or not you believe in climate change because A, it's real. But like, that chapter of the book is closed. Like, we know. But I don't need to even like get into an ideological argument with you about that. The things that help the environment, period. Whether or not you believe like climate change is human induced, that carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases are a huge problem, having cleaner air and water and soils is great for everyone and every living thing. It's fantastic.
Yes.
Having wild spaces that you can go to and enjoy and like reap the benefits of is great for everyone. So I just like, I don't understand. And maybe we've allowed like climate change to be the boogeyman in the closet that like
I think so.
becomes too much time spent on. And like, maybe that's the strategy is like back it up and just, I mean, in the world we're living in now, like basic environmental protections are being rolled back.
PFAS. What do you mean? We're cool with those again.
We want to be cool with like asbestos again.
It's so
and that's
ass backwards.
And that's been aside from the environmental ramifications of it, the cancer.
Right. Okay. So we agree that it's mind-numbingly idiotic, the recent rollbacks. And I do agree. I do think that the early days when global warming became a household name and people didn't understand it and they didn't get it and the science either was incomplete or it was not being marketed in a way that was
intentionally
digestible.
Obfuscated.
Do we blame Al Gore for this? I don't know.
No, I mean, honestly, I think Al Gore helped people understand more than...
Cool.
Because, like, we've known since at least the 80s, case closed, book shut, this is a problem.
Yes.
It's been 40 years now. But there were intentional anti-marketing campaigns to create doubt, spread confusion.
Sure.
I do think the transition from global warming to climate change was somewhat helpful.
Yeah, I fear it's too little too late for everyone that had made up their mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, global warming is accurate, right? Like, on a whole scale, the Earth is getting warmer. But
Right.
people found it very confusing because, like, why is it suddenly?
And I think it's like a singular problem. People are
Yeah.
like, okay, so the world's getting warmer. I love summer. Like we have to talk about cause and effect. And to your point of like, I'm not arguing with you, point
Mhm.
blank period, over a fact. And the fact is there is climate change. And
Yeah.
this just to me boils down to every action has a reaction. So
Mhm.
you mean to tell me that we can burn fossil fuels, dig them up out of the earth, burn them, and nothing is going to change because of that? I think the common ground is like we all want nice things.
Yeah,
Would
we
be
do.
nice to have nice things.
At the risk of getting further off topic, but like,
Mm.
have you ever heard of the term global weirding?
No, but we need to circle back to weird matter.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I
I've
don't
not heard of. Is like Austin just getting bigger?
know. Yeah. So global weirding was like one of the proposed names at one point instead of like global warming
That's funny.
because the globe is like the weather patterns are just getting weird in
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
And I kind of like it.
I think it's more.
It doesn't sound as ominous as global warming.
Right. And I think it's more all encompassing, right? You say
Mhm.
that global warming is scientifically accurate, but it to me it doesn't as a pedestrian, it doesn't
feel
really
accurate.
explain what is happening and why I should care. Like, okay, warm, I like summer versus warm affects all types of weather. I like global weirding.
Yeah.
We should call it that amongst ourselves.
We can.
If you are here on this podcast with us, we welcome you to just let's make fetch happen.
Yeah. Global weirding.
Global weirding. Can we talk about weird matter?
I was wrong. It's not called weird matter.
Oh, damn you.
It's called strange matter.
Oh, I like strange matter.
Yeah.
Okay, strange matter's cool.
Yeah. So instead of being made up of normal like protons and neutrons, it's made up of quarks and gluons.
These are things that are not correct.
So quarks and gluons are what strange matter is made of, which sound like fake made up words.
Yeah.
And they're just like bits of protons and neutrons
Okay. What are they doing?
holding them together.
Okay.
I mean, gluons literally like glued on.
Aptly named. Fair.
So
Take one guess, Sarah.
yeah, no. So, you know, we used to think like protons, neutrons, electrons, the smallest building blocks of matter. And that is true to the point where those are the smallest pieces that actually have like properties to them that are really identifiable.
Okay.
Quarks and gluons are even smaller and make up those. But like, if you just have a soup of quarks and gluons, you don't know what you got.
All right.
So I don't know a ton about strange matter other than it's kind of hypothetical.
Why should we care?
Meh. I mean, I think if you are a theoretical physicist, it is very interesting. Like,
Sure.
I
Okay.
think there is something about how we can understand like the fundamental nature of matter
Okay.
to the average person. Probably not that mission critical.
I think my thirst for knowledge has been quenched.
For the day.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thoroughly satiated by this.
We've covered a lot of ground out here in
I think we
space
have.
today.
I think we have.
Do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game? Yeah. Of course I want to play a game.
So pull up the Mashoscope 5000.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Okay. So we have our Mashoscope. We have our Mashoscope 5000.
So
Where's your-
generally we're going to do whomever was like the special feature for the episode.
Okay. Yeah. So our special character of the episode, what was her name? Janet?
Janet. Yeah.
Damn it, Janet.
But she would not be one of the girls or boys. We're doing this mash
Oh.
for her.
Oh, for her. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for
So-
reminding me.
Trying to figure out what future Janet in 2025 is up to with her life. Now
Okay.
that she is a grown adult
And we're happy for her.
and
So
hopefully less
sh-
terrible.
Oh my God. I'm like, it's a better haircut. Like, Janet, what were you doing with that mop on your head?
Well, I think they didn't want to have to redraw Ralphie.
Okay.
So I think they're just like, we'll just put some glasses on her.
It seemed really quite obvious that was the case, which, whatever, works smarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Animation
So
was hard back then.
Janet needs a life partner.
Yeah. I think Janet could go either way.
I don't know that Janet is straight. I'm going to be very
I
honest with you.
think Janet's going to grow up to be,
We
a
can
gym
give her
teacher.
like a soft boy.
A soft boy?
Do we have specific people for
I
Janet?
mean, one of them's got to be Sue.
Oh, yeah. Sue. Like Sue Sylvester.
Yeah. Who's her soft boy?
I feel like a Jesse McCartney. I need to learn to type.
Yeah.
McCartney. I feel like that's her little poet. And it's age appropriate at this point.
Yeah. I mean, Sue. Well, actually, Sue is probably age appropriate at this point.
Probably age appropriate at this point.
That's upsetting to think about.
Crazy. Okay.
So we have
We need
Jesse
another-
McCartney. I think we need another woman.
I think we don't need to name someone specifically. What about like an occupation?
We have occupations.
No, I just mean
like-
she fell in love with the lady who detailed her car. You know, like the local mechanic.
The town witch.
Yeah. Love it. The town witch. She's a getter. I feel like she drives a Ford Ranger, like an old one, like an 82,
Mhm.
obviously, Ford Ranger. She's had it since high
Yeah.
school.
I really want to put blue punch buggy, but I know colors over here is what's going to give us
I
our color of
know.
our car.
Do you want punch buggy and just see if the odds ever be in your favor?
No, I think, but a VW wagon, like,
Oh, I like that. Like, with like the camper pop up, they're
Mhm.
very outdoorsy.
yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, last car. What about?
Hummer.
My God, no, terrible. A Cybertruck. Awful.
Couldn't be me.
I feel like the Ford Ranger is rusty but red.
Rusty red. Great. Put it down.
Rusted red.
Yellow.
Okay. Well,
Chartreuse microbus.
What if she has a side gig wherein she does get paid $150 a month for a custom advertising wrap
Beautiful.
on her car? Custom advert. Puller.
Wait, can I actually get paid for that?
Yeah.
That's
It's
great.
real estate, baby.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay. What's her job? She's a gym
Gym teacher.
Yeah. I mean, she's very sciencey, very know-it-all-y.
A professor.
Maybe. I was thinking like school board professor.
We're giving her very like teachery jobs.
I know. What else could she be?
Antiquities collector. She
Yeah, I
did
feel like she
want to
needs
take
something.
all of those things back and
God,
hoard
she's a
them.
hoarder.
That's not an occupation.
No, it is, babe. It's a full-time job.
Full-time gig.
Yeah. I mean, out of respect, 0.
Mm-hmm.
We love a
15.
child free by choice. 15.
And a sensible 3.
3? Okay. Okay, where's she living? I like the alternate universe where her dumbass got stuck on Pluto.
Yeah. Pluto. I
Damn.
think Seattle, Washington.
Yeah. And what if she's backpacking through the Andes? You know, she's traveling.
Yeah. Jet setter.
Sure. I was thinking a little more Earth.
She's already traveled the entire solar system in one day prior to the age of 15.
I know, but you can't prove it. What if she's in Tasmania?
Okay.
Is
Call
that with a
back to
Z?
before the show.
Yeah, that's a secret. Is that? I don't think that Tas with an S. Tas.
S? I think it might be an S.
It is an S. Tasmania. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations. Your partner's name is Town Witch. And you have 3 children. You're a hoarder who drives to work every day in a yellow Ford Ranger.
She needs it to pick up all of her shit.
Yeah, 82. It's truly a wonderful life when you consider the countless romantic nights you spent with Town Witch in your apartment.
Aw. I mean, it's nice that she's in an apartment.
I mean, she could be a
What
hoarder in a shack.
town is she in? Oh, Tasmania.
Yeah.
I love that we capitalized the T and the W in Town Witch, so that's like her government
It's her
name.
official title, Town Witch.
It's her title and her name. I'm obsessed.
I'd like to believe that the Town Witch is actually non-binary.
Well, congratulations, Janet. We are so happy for you and Town Witch. You really got to get the oil change in that Ford Ranger, though. It is clinking and clanking down the highway. And I think Tasmania has some pretty intense restrictions. So, like, you should probably get an emissions check, babe.
Get the rocks out the back.
Those are contraband. Interstellar.
Interstellar contraband.
I love MASH. We should do MASH more often.
We should.
Okay.
Matt from the future with one last pop-in. I need to appropriately shame and correct myself that during our MASH, I was calling Arnold Ralphie. I'm so sorry, Arnold. That is my mistake. It's been a minute since I have seen the show, and I will do better. I'm so sorry. Well, we've really run the gamut today.
Girl, I'm tired. We've traveled so many miles.
So many miles, and miles to go before we sleep.
All right, Matthew. I think that's a wrap on our Yap session for the week. Thank you so much for the time. I've learned so much. Next week, we will be back with another episode. What is it, Matt?
It is season 1, episode 2, The Magic School Bus, for lunch.
Pack a snack. I think we're going to be really hungry after it.
Well, I think we might be very unhungry afterwards.
Well, that's a wrap on our Yap session for this week. If you enjoyed the episode, subscribe and share. We can be found on Instagram and TikTok at A Girl and Her Gay Watch, and on Blue Sky at The Girl and Her Gay Pod.
If you'd like to get in direct contact with us to ask a question or submit a correction, send us an email at agirlandhergaywatch@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.